Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to All Praise Picks. Today we're looking at the WNBA. We got the Phoenix Mercury playing against the Minnesota Lynx on June 22nd, 2024, in Minnesota. Currently, the Phoenix Mercury are 8-7, which is fourth place in the Western Conference, and the Lynx are 12-3, which is first place in the Western Conference. So this should be a very good game, especially since Brittany Griner has returned for the Phoenix Mercury, and their offense as a whole has been playing much better. I think they have a two-game winning streak and just beat the Storm and the Liberty at home. And this will be the second time that they played the Lynx on the road. But Brittany Griner didn't play in that previous game, so there's lots to play for in this game for both of the teams. I got one bet up for you guys on BetMGM. As always, I'll break down the lines, give you my thoughts, and hopefully if you tap in, we can all win. So this is the parlay at plus 150. The first line that I have is for the Mercury to score under 90 points in this game. So looking at their home road splits, the Mercury at home score an average of 89.5 points on 46% field goal shooting, but on the road, they only score 76 points and shoot under 40%. And the Minnesota Lynx are a very good defense. In the last 5 games, they've been a top 2 defensive team in the league and arguably are a top 3 defensive team or even the best defensive team for the entire season. So I do see that the Lynx can hold the Mercury to under 91 points in this game. And I do lean towards the Lynx winning this game, which is why in the next line I took them at plus 4.5 points, essentially not to lose this game by more than 5 points. As I mentioned before, I think that they have a better defense, and their defense is much better at home compared to on the road. And the opposite is true for the Mercury's offense. The Mercury, on top of that, don't play great defense on the road and tend to turn the ball over more often than they usually do. So I do think that the Lynx could get easy baskets and should be able to win this game by good margin. But I took them at plus 4.5 just as a safeguard against what happened in the last time these two teams played. There was a game-winning shot by the Mercury, which led to them winning the game 81-80 in Phoenix. And I do think that the Lynx can win this game, but just to play it safe, I took them at plus 4.5 points. The next line I have is for Clea Topper to get 15 plus points on the season. She's averaging 23.5 points on 44.5 field goal percentage and 37.7 3-point percentage. And versus the Lynx this season, her numbers have gone up. She has, on average, 27.5 points on 20 field goal attempts per game and 48% field goal shooting and around 45% from the three-point line. And she's also had over 15 points in 12 out of 15 games this season, including 9 out of her last 10 games. So I do think she's a good bet to have over 15 points in this game as well. I also took Brittany Griner to have over 12 points and over 4 rebounds in this game. Since she's returned, she's averaged 21 points and 7 rebounds per game. And last season, she averaged 21 points and 7.5 rebounds versus the Lynx. And now the Mercury do have Kalia Cooper on their team, so I do think that Griner's points have gone down a little bit, but she still was putting up pretty good numbers, especially since her return from her foot injury. And in her last game versus the Lynx, she scored 11 points and 4 rebounds, but only played 21 minutes. So I do expect her to play at least 28 to 30 minutes in this game and should be able to get enough minutes to get these point totals and rebound totals for the game. I also took Diana Taurasi to have 15 plus points, rebounds, and assists combined. For the season, she's averaging 16.9 points, 5 rebounds, and just over 2 assists per game. And versus the Lynx in 2024, she's averaged 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And she has been playing better lately since Griner has returned. In her last 5 games, Taurasi's averaged 17.2 points, 5 rebounds, and 4.4 assists. And that includes her game versus the Lynx, where she only had the 12, 6, and 2 that I mentioned before. So I do think that the overall pick and roll game and 1-2 game with Griner has been beneficial for Taurasi's offense, and I do think that she should be able to get 15 plus points, rebounds, and assists combined in this game. The next 2 lines I have are for Lynx players to score over 5 points. So I took Courtney Williams and Alana Smith to score over 5 points. For the season, Courtney Williams is averaging 10.3 points, and she's only gone under 5 points in one game this season, where she shot 1 for 11 from the field, and I think that her field goal attempts should be there in this game. She should have about, I would say, over 7 field goal attempts in this game, and versus the Mercury in 2024, she's averaged 8.5 points on 41% field goal percentage and 50% 3-point percentage. So really, she just needs to hit 1 3-pointer and 1 basket from the field in order for this bet to cash. And the same is true for Alana Smith. I just really trust Alana to have her field goal attempts as well as free throw attempts in this game. On the season, she's averaging 12 points and 5 rebounds, and versus the Mercury, she's averaged 10 points per game. And she also has only gone under 5 points a very few times. She's only gone under 5 points twice this season, once in her first game and once in the last game that she played. So I'm looking at this game as a bounce back game for Smith, and she should be able to get around 7 field goal attempts, similar to Courtney Williams. But she also should get 3 to 5 free throw attempts in this game, and she is a pretty good free throw shooter at 80% for the season. So I do think that she should easily get over 5 points in this game as long as she has the looks from the field. And the last line that I took is for Nafisa Collier to have over 20 plus points and rebounds combined. I think that she's the best player on the Lynx, undisputably, and she is the most consistent scorer and rebounder. On the season, she's averaging 20.7 points and 10 rebounds, and versus the Mercury, she scored on average 17 points and averages 11.5 rebounds. And she's also gone over this 20 plus points and rebound line in every game this season, and I think that she'll be able to today as well, as she helps push the Lynx towards a win. So at plus 150, if you bet 1 unit, you get 150% return on your investment, which is a great return on investment. It's more than double, and I would advise you guys to have bankroll consciousness and just an overall just financial awareness of how much you're putting into each parlay before you decide to make the bet, if you decide to make this bet with me. But appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more WNBA and MLB videos coming out later this week, and until next time, peace.